Okay, we are live streaming around the world on Members Night, which is in Australia at least, 17th of April, 16th of April in the USA. Welcome online, everybody. Phoebe Wallace, I've made you a co-host. If you could help me just letting people in, that would be absolutely wonderful. As the event gets started, we do have a timer we're going to play, which will give you a few minutes just to check if your members are online. If they're not, give them a quick text and we'll be starting shortly. Alrighty, no matter where you're joining us from around the world, if you don't speak fluent English, that's totally okay. You can read along with captions on YouTube and here in the Zoom room. So have a quick listen to this before we start.
Por favor, vaya a la parte inferior de la pantalla en Zoom o YouTube y haga clic en subtítulos para leer en español.
Kérlek, menjünk képernyő aljára, a Zoomon vagy a YouTube-on, a Closed Caption részre, és ott el tud olvasni magyarul a feliratot.
Silakan klik di layar bawah pada Zoom atau YouTube dan klik caption untuk membaca dalam bahasa Indonesia.
Pour les sous-titres en français, veuillez cliquer au bas de votre écran Zoom ou YouTube sur CC ou Closed Captions.
Zoom または YouTube の画面の下部に移動し、字幕をクリックして日本語で読んでください。
請到屏幕底部點閱隱藏字幕以閱讀中文。
Παρακαλώ πηγαίνετε στο κάτω μέρος της οθόνης, στο Zoom ή στο YouTube και κάντε κλικ στους υπότιτλους για να τα διαβάσετε στα ελληνικά.
請到屏幕底部點擊隱藏字幕以閱讀中文.
אנא עברו לתחתית המסך בזום וביוטיוב ולחצו על תרגום לכתוביות בעברית.
Proszę zejść na dół ekranu na Zoomie lub YouTubie i kliknąć napisy, żeby przeczytać po polsku.
Beautiful. Welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. Let me set my speaking language to English so we get those captions working. Members Night, 17th of April in Australia, 16th of April in the US, just before Easter. So happy Easter to everyone in advance. We've got people online right now from Perth, Western Australia, Indonesia, New Zealand, Surabaya, Jakarta, Indonesia, Ontario, Canada, Ohio. We are on YouTube as well. Yes, Donna, you can go check that. Should be live streaming right now. What else have we got? Surabaya, Indonesia, Canada. I don't know who's winning here, Canada or Indonesia. Caribbean. Woohoo, I love it. And we've got Pennsylvania. No, Bruce Peninsula. Sorry, big different. Henderson, NV in Nevada, I'm tipping. I can't even keep up with you guys. Lots of people logging in from everywhere. Now, firstly, I want to say the numbers are down today, and I believe that's because they advertised the topic. It's not a sexy topic, just saying, right? And I've been given the sexy topic or not sexy topic to share with you today. And it's going to be very interesting because it's a topic we couldn't do live. And you're going, well, we are live. Well, I had to pre-record some stuff so that I could blank out stuff. You'll see that in just a minute. But I do believe this is going to be one of the most valuable recordings to give to all your brand new members because we're going to familiarize them with something. You know, what do they say? How do you give a dog a pill? Have you heard that before? Well, you wrap it in some meat, put it in the middle, and everyone swallows it, or the dog swallows it, and we're good. And so today we've got some reporting, but I've wrapped it around some juicy stuff, which will make it fun for you to give to your members as a recording moving forward. How do you give a caterpill? I don't know if you've seen that one. It ends with, you know, putting all your Band-Aids on and removing it from the curtains and going down to the emergency ward and stopping the hemorrhaging. So when we're talking about today's topic, before we get into it, I'm going to show you some new things that have just come out. And before I forget it, just into my brain, guess whose birthday it is in 12 hours-ish from now? Aaron Rennett. So make sure you flood the internet and make sure Aaron Rennett gets spoilt rotten for his birthday, our CEO and president. So let me just get something up here I want to show you. Just give me 1 minute and I will bring it up. Where are we? Here we are. Can I go to that page? No, I can't. Hang on 2 seconds. Again, Privacy Act. You'll see what I mean later today with what I can and can't show you. Okay, here we go. All right, some great new tools, fantastic new tools. If you go to the back office and you click on the ribbon on the left-hand side, which you're going to see me refer to during the presentation in a recording in a minute with some really awesome stuff. But if you go there and you click on the left-hand side and then you scroll down to Tools, Documents and Media, Click on there, and when you do, you'll notice that we have all these things in English, Spanish, Chinese, Dutch, yada, yada, yada. Go down there, scroll your own pace. But down here, you'll see marketing assets. When you click marketing assets, you have a new NutraSwish product information sheet. You have a NUMI white paper for NutraSwish, all these different product sheets, which are amazing. So here's one I've prepared earlier, just so you can have a quick look and you know exactly what you're sharing. And this is, oops, let me do that one more time. I noticed I've left a button on that shouldn't be there. Get rid of that one, and click that. Whoop, not that one. All right, out of practice. Here we go. Done, that one. So this is the new white paper. And so when you've got someone who asks scientific questions, you can send them this amazing document, which gives an understanding on hydrostat and what makes us different. It talks about zeta testing, right? Which is an electrical charge that they use to work out the purity of the product and so forth. So you can see all of this information is all safe, and it's a great thing that you can use to grow your business. And there's one for every product. How good is that? And so I'll get to the technical stuff. Where are we down the bottom here? This sort of stuff, right? Which most 99.9999999% of all the prospects you have won't understand it anyway, but it just looks credible, and it is credible stuff, but they probably won't read it anyway. If you are the sort of person who reads that, good on you. That's very scary. So I'm going to go in, scary to a lion, otter anyway. I'm going to go in now, and I'm going to play a recording of something. But I want you to pay attention and take notes, because this will be absolutely huge for you. But I've got a question before we go live with this. Type in yes if you've ever got frustrated because you don't understand certain things in the back office and you wish someone would hold your hand and then walk you through and show you how all these things work. Type it in the chat, yes, if that's ever been you. Because you know what? You're looking at a lion otter, and I didn't have anybody to help me, right? I had to learn it myself. In fact, I want to say this before I play this. Most of the people are typing yes with exclamation marks. That's great. So I want to say this before we even start. I don't often, go, hey, someone pat me on the back and thank me. But when you see this video I had to do, there was so much work in getting this done and blanking out the Privacy Act stuff so that nobody's personal information went anywhere, that it took me forever, and I had to learn a new skill yesterday, and it's done. But I want you to know how much work went into this. So if anybody goes ho-hum, I'll hit you with a brick. No, I won't. I'll just... I personally love it if you really go, hey, that was great, and I love this, some positive feedback. So with that in mind, I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to play for you this 3-stage recording we did. And then at the end, I'll come back and wrap up with some other thoughts as well. So here we go. And just give me a thumbs up, Phoebe, if this comes through very clearly when we go live. Ready, steady, go. Okay, so this component of the training has been recorded at April 2025. And the reason we've recorded it is because we have to blank out some of the information which we wouldn't do live due to the Privacy Act. So the reason we're doing the recording right now, though, is we've just added some enhancements to the back office in reporting, which we need to make sure people are familiar with. But as I said, the reason we've had to record it is because if we did it live and I opened up the back office to everybody, we've just breached every Privacy Act known to man. So just be aware you can't do that with your group either, because you're showing sensitive information about people downline, which is important you don't do that. So we've recorded this so we can go back in and blur out all that information and then play it back to you, okay? So as I said, this is recorded in April 2025, and we're going to cover off 3 things. If you've got a pen, get ready to write some thoughts down. Number 1, familiarization with some of the tools in the ribbon on the left-hand side, because you'd be amazed how many people don't know where things are. Number 2, the brand new reports that have just been created, and we've got more to come, which is exciting. And number 3, familiarization with the business snapshot. You'd be amazed how many people miss a rank or think they've hit a rank and they haven't because they aren't reading the information correctly. So let's hop into it. So the first thing we want to show you, as I said, we've blanked out all the information, but on the left-hand side, at the top of the screen, if you were to click these 3 dots, what comes up is a ribbon. And in that ribbon with the gray area, we can go through all of these options. So I'm going to start at the bottom with news and updates. Now, this is important to check regularly yourself. So if you click on news and updates, I've already opened up another screen, but this is what you'll come up with. So this is help.numi.com. So before you ring customer service or, ring your upline, maybe just type in the question here first. Teach a man to fish, they say. You'll fish for a lifetime. So go here, type in the question up here, whatever you want to know. Maybe it's a volume question. Who knows what the thing is? And you'll see that it'll bring up all these different options. So the very first thing I want to show you, though, is here. Is the help option, and I want to show you about how many countries are opened. You would be amazed how many times I get this question. So if you click on news and updates and look at the articles, you'll end up with one of the articles here, which says Noumi expands its presence into 72 countries, which is fabulous. Now down the bottom, you'll see for more information about Noumi and its availability in the various regions, click here. So when you do that, I love this tool because it shows you real time which countries we are open in right now and the state of the nation in those countries. Because you'd be amazed how many people ring up and say, hey, are we open in Babylonia? Well, you can scroll down. If the name of the country is not here, no, we're not open. That means you can't ship products there at all, okay? And again, be careful. If you start pre-launching a country prior to the company opening it, you can get us into hot water. In some countries, it's illegal. And if you did that, you could get us blocked for life. So always check first with an upline before you start shipping products yourself into a country if it's not open, okay? So you can scroll down here, and I'll use 2 examples, crazy ones. United States, yes, product registration on the ground. In the US, 5 to 7 days delivery, and the products are available all 4. Let's scroll down to, say, Australia. All right, because it's close to home. So Australia, NFR, what's that mean? Well, it means not for retail sale. So you can scroll down here and it shows you. Not for retail sales means you cannot sell a product to a non-member. In fact, just so you know, here in Australia, if you did, it's a $700,000 fine. So I wouldn't be doing that in a hurry. So NFR, Australia, 3 to 8 days delivery, still great. And the only product not available is hers. So if you're ever asking, hey, I'm in the Philippines, is hers available? Well, you can have a look at that straight across here. No, it's not. Okay. So really important to use this as a resource. So we've covered off the help page with all the questions to ask, the countries that are open. Let's go back to the first screen again. And if we were to click on the Noumi Google Drive, you'd be amazed how many people don't know how much resources are there for them as well. When you click on that, you'll end up right here. And I'll show you something I'm really fond of in here. You've got everything from business presentation materials, logos, social media tools, everything. But I love this one, Zoom backgrounds. Why? Close to my heart. When we launched the company, I wanted to have some pretty cool backgrounds. My dad was an artist, got a creative flair. And so I created all these backgrounds that you can download and then use in your Zoom presentations when you're doing Zoom. So all of this sort of stuff's there as well. So we've covered off the help center, the countries that are open, what products are available, and the Google Drive with all the tools. The next thing is you'd be amazed how many people don't know that we have a thing called Noumi Voyager. Now, Noumi Voyager is the travel platform. Some companies are out there selling it for $1,000 a year with exactly the same benefits. And I love the fact that Noumi came to us in the early days and said, hey, how'd you like to sell travel as well? We said, no, thanks. We want to keep the message very clear, but we'd love the benefits of discounted travel. So they brought on Noumi Voyager. I'll click it. It looks like this. And you can use this platform to book flights, accommodation, whatever. Now, is there a guarantee that it's always going to be cheaper? No. But in probably a good 80% of the time, you'll find that it's got a cheaper hotel or what have you. Again, remember, we're getting this for free. Other companies are paying $1,000 a year and selling it, and you're giving it away, which is crazy. So that's the travel platform. Now let's also talk about the training courses. So when you go down here and eventually you come up to tools, one of the things you'll see is training. When you click on training, you end up here. Now, again, you'd be amazed at how many people haven't started their new members properly by going through the Fast Start Guide, going through the 90-day plan, having them watch the Noumi 1, 2, 3 training, the third-party validation training, all the basics. And of course, just introducing someone to Noumi and not giving them any training is like handing a gun to a baby. You know, they don't know what they're doing. They need some training. So the very first one I would get you to click on is here called Field Training. This is where you would actually see the details of Noumi 1, 2, 3 process, etc. So I'd encourage you to go through and play those. They're all available in your app as well. If you've got it in your hand, it's the same. And then, of course, also have the Numi Academy, which is Steve Scott's personal development training. This is amazing. You know, people pay $400 for access to this stuff. You get it for free as well. So that is all here in the back office, as I said. Really cool. So moving on from there, let's go to the reports. So the first one was familiarizing you with all the stuff on the left-hand side. I think we've done that now. The reporting is another really cool one. So on the left-hand side, you'll notice there's all sorts of reports available. These are the 3 new ones at the bottom. The 1-star legs, what is that? I won't click mine because it'll be confusing to you, but it'll show you each of your 1-star legs. If you're needing 6 legs to qualify as a crown, for example, you need 6 1-star legs. It'll show you where they're at. The rising stars, if I clicked it in mine, it'll be like finding a needle in a haystack. So I'm going to show you by clicking a downline members one with a smaller business in a minute, how the rising stars will be really helpful if you're helping people to grow the business. And then the final thing I'll come back to at the very end of this example is the customer retention port, which is really cool. All the rest of the reports are in there, Power of 3, downline viewers, you name it, and have a bit of a play around with those. They're all handy. But I'm going to start now in stage 3 of this by showing you the business snapshot, familiarizing you with this snapshot, and then showing you how the Rising Star report can fit in beautifully with this to use to help you grow your business. So again, I've blanked out the information to protect the privacy of the individuals, but this is a brand new 1-star frontline to me that happened last month in March. Now, this person is effectively in leg 6 or 7 of mine. And why do I say that? Well, obviously leg 1 for me has many crowns and double diamonds and triple diamonds and whatever in it. So it's like a needle in a haystack. It's difficult to show you something on a micro level. But when I go to leg 6 or 7, then of course here we have smaller businesses and it's easier to show you. So it's currently the 16th of April in Australia at the time of this recording. This individual from Europe has 3,120 PV so far for the month, which you would say means they're probably going to hit 5,000, which means they'll be a 1-star. You'll notice that if you click here on the right, it says they were paid as a 1-star last month and their highest rank is a 1-star as well. Okay, pretty good. Current month, 62% of the way to 1-star, 38% to go. So what things are missing? Well, click on the little line here that says view rank requirements. And you'll see that it says they have 3,120 PV out of the 5,000. That's all they need to do. But there's a missing link. Commission active. No. Let's look at the red flags that this business snapshot shows. Number 1, they are not monthly commission qualified. What does that mean? They placed an order last month. Well, I'll show you. See over here, it says on the 24th of March, they placed an order for 100 PV. And guess what that means? Well, that means that the order by the 24th of April, which is in 10 days from now, 8 days from now, they won't be active because 30 days would have expired, meaning they haven't had an order in the current month. Down their next red flag, down here, active auto ship. They don't have an active auto ship. That is put as an X to get me to remind them as an upline, man, you're playing with fire, not having an auto ship, because up here, if I click auto ships, it's blank. That means that if they forget to place an order by the end of this month, all of that volume will compress and the commissions will go to the next person upline. That happens to be me. But of course, I'm going to make sure I tell them, get an order in, but better still, put an auto ship in because you only get reward points for auto ships, not for just random orders. So get an auto ship in. We've got encouragement to get an auto ship. You can see they have 400 PV left in pending auto ship volume, meaning they do about 3,520 if nothing changed, but chances are they'll keep growing for the rest of the month. So clicking on them, the first box, monthly commission qualified, that just talks about the 100 PV requirement for every single month. The second box says they've got no volume at the moment. They need the 100 PV. The third one, group QV. This is the total QV for rank advancement. Okay. But why sometimes is this box different from this one? Well, it's not in this case, but I'll show you in the future. This is the capped rank volume for the current rank, because 50% rule, right, means that not everything from your first leg will count towards your rank advancement. We'll talk about that in a minute. how many customers they've got. Doesn't mean they're active customers, of course. They might have sold customers once. Maybe they didn't put them on auto ship, who knows? How many one-star legs and the uni level volume. What does that mean? That means that out of the 3,120 PV this month, 1,150 was from auto ships or ongoing member purchases. Add that to the pending auto ships, means 1,650 of their volume is from ongoing member purchases or auto ships. The rest of that figure is all coming from new sponsorships. Okay, pretty simple to understand that one. But now I'm going to help you understand it even deeper, because if I want to get this guy to qualify again as a one-star, the best way to do that is help their downline to grow. So if I look here at the Rising Star report for their business, right, I can see that this person here has a fast trajectory score that achieved senior member in March, and they're on track for 1-star. So if I click this button here, that will take me to the next member, which I already have the screen open. And so here is someone in that person's business. Now, there's going to be some confusing stuff here for you, so I'm going to explain what it means. First things first, monthly qualified. Yes, so they have got an order in for this month. We can see it over here, 4th of the 8th, 100 PV. Active auto ship. Yes, that means even next month they're covered. We can see it right here. Okay. So this person secured their commissions by making sure they've got an auto ship. It says uni level 0. It says pending auto ship 0. They're only a brand new member. What's confusing though is when you can see that it says that they are on the right hand side 91% of the way to 1-star, yet they've only got 690 PV. What? Let me show you. Click the rank requirements button. I'm going to show you something really interesting. So you see it says they have 690 PV towards the 5,000 to be 1-star. Well, how can they be 91% of the way there? Well, pay attention to this. Click it again. Scroll down. This person was a brand new member last month. Now, if you don't know what fast start volume is, it's a cherry on the top, an extra bonus we don't even talk about. It means when you start, if I join today on the 16th of April, all the volume I do to the end of April, when I finish the month, let's say it's 5,000 PV and I'm a 1-star, ta-da. Then next month, the company says, we're going to give you that 5,000 volume as a rank advancement bonus. You're not going to get paid the commission on it again, but it means you start next month, the second month, with the volume you just did, which for me was 1-star volume, which meant if I do 1-star volume again the next month, I would be a 2-star, a fast start 2-star. So here we can see this person is in their fast start period. So it's taken last month's volume and added it to this month's volume as well. Now, buyer beware of one thing. I had someone the other day say, I've qualified as a 2-star. I had 10,000 PV. Why am I not a 2-star? Because the rest of this volume needs to come out of any leg other than the main leg. That's important to know, because you've got to have 5,000 PV split. Let me show you by stopping this screen share and coming back and showing you this screen here. This will hit right home. All right. So here we have a 1-star with 5,000 PV. Now the 50% rule says no more than 50% of your volume for any rank can come from the biggest leg. So if I had 5 billion points in leg 1, what's the maximum amount of points I can use from that leg to qualify towards my 1-star? Half of the 5,000, meaning 2,500 from leg 1. That's it. No more. If I have 2 gazillion points from leg 1 now, irrelevant. In order to get to 1-star, I need another 2,500 outside the first leg. Well, why is that important? Because that's a true leader. Sitting on top of somebody else who's got an exploding business doesn't make you a leader. Building multiple legs proves you know what you're doing. You didn't just get lucky once. So that I love this too, because it means the person at the bottom, they could go crown, and the person above might be a 1-star. And I'm going to show you an example of exactly that in just a minute. So that's how that works. Just remember, 5,000 PV, the maximum you can count is half from the first biggest leg, being 2,500. So let's get back into the presentation. So this person is 690 PV, but the previous month was 2,185. So they add that together, and that's why they're saying their fast start volume, they only need 2,125 more for the month and they'll be a 1-star. Now, this is really cool too, because that means this person might be 1-star, the person above them might not, but guess what? That leg still counts as a 1-star for me as the upline. So you obviously, your job is to help people to rank advance. How do we do that? I'll simplify the comp plan. The power of 3, level 1, 2, and 3, by building 3 to 6 legs, gets the ball rolling. That's not your permanent focus. The power of 3 bonus is a little one at 1,500 compared to what's available, but that'll get your ball rolling, gets you the engine off the ground, and then that'll help you to create 1-stars. So power of 3, level 1, 2, 3 builds 1-stars. 1-stars builds the whole business. And all the way to crown, you just need 6 1-star legs. Real simple. Let's hop back into it again, and we'll show you something else. All right, so let's move to another example. So here is somebody with 622,000 volume. Wow, they're a crown. No, they're not. Why not? They only have 1 1-star leg. Ah, interesting. So let's just go through. They're monthly qualified, yes. 100 PV personal volume, yes. They have an active auto ship, yes. 622,000 with another 200,000 pending auto ship. They're going to finish off with 800,000. But what's this one? Capped rank volume. This says, based on the 50% rule, this is the volume they need to achieve the next rank, okay? Or sorry, they have to achieve. So in other words, 1,400 more volume needs to come through to get to 1-star, but it has to be outside of the main leg. So over here, you can see this person, even though they've got 600,000 volume, they are just 74% of the way through to 1-star. So you can see it says exactly what they need is 1,400 PV outside of leg number 1 because they're not in their fast start period yet or anymore. So how could you help that person? Well, you could ask them who's in legs 2, 3, 4, etc. And then you could scroll down and you could hop in here to their rising stars and help them find another person there. Let's go to someone underneath them. Down the line, we end up with this particular person. So you can see the difference. 622,000 PV. This one's 618,000 PV, which says this is the real leader. Now, currently, this individual has 4 1-star legs, and that means that they're currently only qualifying as a double diamond, okay? In order to be a triple diamond, they need 5 1-star legs, and to be a crown, they need 6, okay? So right now, healthy business, 24 customers, monthly qualified, active auto ship, 100 PV, all good, 4 1-star legs, heaps of volume. Let's go to the rank here and see what does this person need. They're 98% of the way to crown. Click on the rank requirements. All that's missing, they have all the right volume. All that's missing is 2 1-star legs, which I know this individual is on track to knock that off by the end of the month as well. Okay, so the beautiful thing here, and I love showing this shows this person's earning a crown income, the person above them's earning a 1-star income. Who did more work, the person here, than the other person? And they qualify for earning bigger commissions as well. So what have we covered so far? We've covered off the familiarization with everything on the ribbon on the left-hand side of the back office, from help center, countries, Google Drive, travel platform, training courses. We've covered off the where the reporting is based, and we've also covered off the business snapshot. Now, I promised you I'd come back to one more report, and that is the customer retention report, which is relevant right now as we have a promotion on customer retention. So when we click this one, this is mine. Now, to be honest, I pick up customers with a blindfold and a cane because I'm aiming at the opportunity, not business, not customer. I aim at opportunity, which is the 2-minute video followed by the opportunity overview, and then I let that help the person choose if they want to be a customer or a member. So without even aiming at customers, I stub my toe on them all the time for the people who choose not to go with the business. That's how I end up with both. Rookie mistake, aiming just to customers and trying to convert them is a lot harder than just showing everybody the opportunity and letting the customers and members sort themselves out. So on this first report, what does it say? It says this particular individual has had 32 orders with me, spent $4,500. The average order is 147, but they haven't placed an order now for, what's that, about 6 months or more, nearly 9 months. And so there's a high opportunity score of me getting this person back because I've used the product for so long. And you can see the percentage score all the way down if you're looking to bring people back to the table. So I hope this has been helpful. As I said, there's more reporting coming. You wait till you see the trends report they're working on. That'll make it so easy to build your business internationally. But I hope that recording has been helpful for you to understand the basics of the back office, and we'll update this recording as more comes to for us to learn. Alrighty, so was that helpful? I want to see some feedback in the chat, because that took me a lot of time. Just saying, if you want to know how to blank out things, it is not as simple as you thought. It took a heck of a lot of time and energy to make sure I can get that for you. But now it's recorded. It means that you could send that to your members, and that will help to upskill their knowledge and so forth. And I'd love to see in the chat, did you learn something brand new that you didn't know was in the back office on this? And if you did, please tell me what it was, because I'd love to see that as well. And I want to point out too, even for me as a Crown, so as your business gets bigger and bigger and bigger, obviously you can't be on top of everything. It's impossible. If you think, you know, you got 100,000 members, you know everyone personally, good luck with that. I just met a diamond a minute ago in Poland, and I didn't realize she was in the team. I said, wow, that's awesome. Welcome, congratulations. But when it comes to customers, you know, one finger pointing at you, three pointing at me. I'm really bad at not following up with my customers, and I know other people are great at it, and that's great. It was an eye-opener for me to have that customer report, because someone that I've known for a long time who just loves that product, I've realized stopped ordering 9 months ago, and I was not aware of it. And if I didn't have that report, I couldn't have reached out and gone, hey, everything okay? What's going down? So who knows? It could have been a technical issue that caused the product not to go through. Maybe she's had some health issues. Who knows? But certainly the reporting has helped me as well. So we've got a few people here saying customer report. Yes, everything was new. There you go. The hidden tabs. Beautiful. So guys, it is running into Easter now. I know that Steve Scott, as far as I know, is still presenting tomorrow. It is Aaron's birthday tomorrow. Make sure you flood him with congratulations and happy birthdays, all that sort of stuff. I won't be running my usual Monday call that I do, because it is Easter, and we will look forward to seeing everybody on Tuesday. And the answer to your question, Lawrence, every single event we ever do, anything that's on here, at least when myself or Keith Chazon are hosting, we hit the button and it goes straight to the YouTube channel. So if you go to Numi on YouTube right now, every single thing we've ever recorded is always there for a playback immediately straight afterwards. Sometimes I have to go in and change the title, but it will be there literally in about 20 seconds from now, Lawrence, so to answer your question. So guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy birthday, Aaron Rennett. And